Hi everybody, my name is Georgi for CGTouchPlus.com, and today I'm going to show you how to model the new Nokia 5800 Express Music. It's a great phone, I own it, and I must say it's an awesome phone. It's the best phone I've had so far. So we're going to start right now with our reference images. I've downloaded those from Google, and there you can find like gazillion images, references of mobile phones. But if you search for a specific phone, there is a specific site called mobile-review.com. It's a great site. You can find every single phone reference you can imagine there. It's a Russian site, but it has an English version, so it won't be a problem for you guys. And now, first thing we want to do is remove the back face polygon, which is for the reference. So right-click, Object Properties, that is, and backface cull, and that takes care of that question. So now go to the top viewport, or probably the left viewport actually, and create a box roughly matching the size of the phone on its side, that is. Then slide that box here, right here, and go to the top viewport. Alt and Hix to see the object in X-ray mode, and then convert that to editable poly. Select the vertices. First of all, that safe frame here is toggled by Shift and F, so you can switch it off. And the shortcuts for these selections: 1 for vertices, 2 for edges, 3 for border, 4 for polygon, and 5 for element. So that out of the way, let's try to match our reference image a little more closely. I see that I accidentally moved that reference image, so we'll go to fix that right now. And if you want to remove those brackets that goes all around the model, just press J on your keyboard, and that will take care of that. Then go to the left viewport and adjust a little bit more of the shape of the phone. So it's quite an easy phone to model, I must say that. And we're going to tackle it for a very quick and easy way to model it, because when you sleep at night, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, and someone calls you and says, hey, you have to do the phone for about 2 hours that is textured and animated. You have to do it fast. It's going to be an ugly mesh, but as long as it does the work, you're okay with that. So connect those rings by selecting them and pressing Ctrl+Shift+E. So that's the shortcut for connect. Now, go to the front viewport and hide those polygons here by clicking Hide Selected. So we're going to work on the left-hand side of the phone right now. So we do the same thing. We're going to do one and the same thing a lot of times, so I hope you don't get bored about it. And just straighten that edge out by clicking these 3 buttons, which correspond to the X, Y, and Z axes. And just slide it here, then Alt and R to select that ring here on the middle, and again connect it by holding and pressing Ctrl+Shift and E. So we have our 2 buttons here. So do that again, just to make the overall shape of the button and that crease here. Those 2 buttons are actually for the SIM card and the memory card, so they're pretty much the most useful thingies here. That they're slots, actually, they're not buttons, so sorry about that. Go to the perspective view right now and select those 3 polygons and extrude them inwards. -11 is fine, and then delete those since we won't need them anymore, and then select this edge here and that edge right here. Go to the left view again and chamfer them, and increase the chamfer amount that much, and say 12 sides will be good, but that's a little bit small, so we have to do a little adjustments. So pull that that border here, and now select those edges again, and now chamfer them again, but increase the amount of the chamfer. So here we go. Now select those polygons here and inset them by 0.5 is good. I've tried it, so it works great. Now extrude them, but now extrude them outwards, so they're just about to pop up of the mesh, but not too much. Say 11.7 is great. Now by holding Control and clicking on edge, will select automatically the edges that correspond by the previously selected polygon, so that's a great feature. And then chamfer them again, but 2 segments now, and lower the chamfer amount quite a bit. 0.4 was nice. So now we have our buttons here on the left hand side. So this is going to be a very easy phone to model, as I said, so bear with me. And unhide all. Now see, I've made a mistake here. I forgot to unhide all and make that loop here, so that's an easy fix. Just Control Shift and E to connect those vertices up here, and the same thing goes for those down. Now select the left side of the phone and hide select it. Now go to the right view by pressing V, and then that menu that shows you all the viewports you have in Max, and click right view. Then go Alt and Hix again and do the same thing as we did for the left one. Straighten that edge out, pull it up, do it one more time, do it again. Probably you should want to connect them with the number of segments you needed, but that's how I do it. I have a little bit more control of it, so that's how I like to do it. Now select this polygon and this one here, which are for the buttons for the unlock and for the zoom and volume up and down of the music player, which is, by the way, great player. I didn't expect that. So extrude them again inwards. I think 11 was the value of the buttons on the left side, so delete those polygons again. And now do the same thing for this button up here. Go to the right view. I'm constantly making a mistake by selecting left view. Just a habit. Excuse me about that. 12 segments is the number we need here. And now we're going to create that little unlock button, which goes for unlocking the phone, of course. So select those ring of edges here and connect them and slide that down. Now for the sake of experiment, we're going to chamfer that here so we can get that oval shaped edges of the phone, and then we're going to inset this one once more and extrude it just as we did for the left one. It's looking pretty much great right now, and now we should grow our selection so we get our button and detach it. Detach and say unlock button. Alright, so now select that button here, go to hierarchy menu, affect pivot only, and center to object. So that does is centers the pivot of the object in the center of the object. It's pretty straightforward, I guess. So chamfer that with the same amount we chamfer that with our side of the phone. So we have our button here and our space to slide it. Now hide that button and select border and cap it. You can see that I'm not worrying about the mesh being not all quads or anything, because we won't need that. As soon as we are not going to use a turbo smooth modifier on it, we are in the clear. So As long as it looks good, you're doing great. Now do the same thing with a chamfer of the edge. Put 2 segments on it, and that's it. 0.4 was the amount, I guess. So now unhide all, and now we have our button here. So select and it's a very good thing to save out your work. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. It's a great it's a great workflow to save it, because if you're working with Macs, you know that Macs likes to crashes now and then, and it's not a pretty picture. So select our mesh now and unhide all. Now we're going to do the same thing we did for the small buttons, but we're going to do it on the side of the phone, so we get our rounded shape of our phone. So go to the front viewport and select chamfer. Increase the amount of the chamfer so it matches roughly the shape of the phone, and say segments will be this time 18. Click OK, and now you see we have our pretty basically the shape of the side of the phone. So save that out. Now we are going to tackle the camera button. I've tried different approaches by tackling it for this tutorial. When I was doing the phone for the first time, I actually did it differently. So I think I moved something, which is not quite good. So we're going to fix that pretty easily, I guess. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. Now we do that the same, so yep, there it goes. Now go to our right view, hide that, or just select the right reference and hide unselected. Go to box and make a box here. Move it like here. That's good. And convert that to editable poly. Select those edges here, and X-ray mode by pressing Alt and X on your keyboard. Chamfer them. It's pretty much the same. 12 segments will be fine. Select the vertices here, pull them back a little bit, and now just it like so. Select our camera button, unhide all. Select that one. Select our side of the phone, hide unselected, and now slide that so it penetrates the side of the phone, and actually slide that a little bit here so we can penetrate the border here. Go again and send it to object and rotate it so it goes a little bit like perpendicular on the phone, of the side of the phone, excuse me, and slide it just go local. Pretty nice about that. And there we go. Now copy that here and hide it. Now select our side of the phone. First of all, let's just save so we're sure nothing happens, and go to compound objects, Probeline, start picking, and pick that one. So now we have the hole for our camera button. Now go and convert that to editable poly and put a smooth modifier on it, and there we go. We have the slot for our camera button. You can lower that threshold of the smooth modifier so we have our buttons looking right. Unhide all, select that, and go to border, select the front border, and deselect everything except for the button of the camera button, I'm sorry. And now slide it backwards like so, and then select those two edges, bridge them, and cap the rest. So now we have our button, our slot button actually. Select the edge as we did before and chamfer it with a 2 amount. 0.4 was the amount, and slide it here. Alright, and now you just can scale it just a little bit so it can have that little crease that we needed. That button is pretty much standing out the most of the buttons, so there we go. We have our button for the camera done, and that pretty much does it for this part of the phone. Actually, we can lower that a little bit more. Now we're going to tackle the button, the bottom side of the phone. So select that and select the bottom reference, hide unselected, go to button viewport, and now you can see that we have that little thingy going on around here. So this is for the opening the phone, the backside cap of the phone, which is that one here. So we just connect only here and straighten it out by pressing Z axis, and do it again here. Oops. And now select that ring here that goes all the way and connect it. Go to bottom and see where it goes. So it goes pretty much here, so you can slide that so you don't mess up your mesh too much. Now go to left viewport, select vertices, exit that mode, and select those two, weld them together by increasing a lot of threshold. But alright, so first of all select those and then select those. They won't, just connect them and weld them. Yeah, alright. So now select and connect this, so we have our straight line going on here. Do the same thing for the upper part. Select this and select this and just connect them if you can. But I did it on the wrong place, so my bad, I'm sorry. And select this one and this one, connect it, weld it, and now connect. Alright, so we do the same thing for that side. Connect, oops, connect, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that on purpose. It's the Pro Boolean, that is. So yeah, alright, so select those, weld those, and then select this one. This is connected. Then go here and select this one. This is connected here. And I'm not worrying too much about the mesh, so it doesn't matter too much to me right now. So select this and connect it again, but not quite, just cut it. Where you cannot connect, you can cut, so you can get away with it pretty fast, pretty easily. Alright, I cannot connect it too, so I'm going to just cut it. Alright, so we have our two vertices here. Connect those and connect those. Alright, go to the bottom part right now and we have, if we unhide all and see what's going on, you can see that we've made that the line here which represents that red border, which is nice. My phone is actually blue, so I'm going to go with a blue color coding, so just so you know. Oops, don't move thing. Alright, so delete that one, that part, or actually only the bottom one, and we do this we select those and connect them 3 ways. So we have 3 different edges, so we have 8, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, excuse me, and then we select our edge here and shift extrude it so it matches the edges that we just created, like so. Alright, this 2 vertices connect. Pretty good. And now we just slide that, but go to the front view, and just make that shape look good. The thing about phones is they look good in real life, but when you try to make them in 3D, it's kind of hard, tedious work sometimes. So bear in mind that when you start making some phones. I hope this tutorial will give you the edge you need to make a phone of your own. So we have our shaped our shape and cap it. Now we have that part of the phone finished, and pretty much we finished the side of the phone. So save out, and where is it? Save it, and we continue to make our phone. Unhide all, and first of all let me make this gray. So I just hate when everything's so green, except money, of course, but who hates money? Alright, now select your side of the phone and select the border here, and cap it. Select the newly created polygon and pull it back, and to object, and name it back side of phone. Alright, so hide that, hide those buttons, we won't need you right now. And now select those vertices, remove them like so, and go back, go to the front, to the left viewport, slide your newly created polygon to fit the back, and do the same thing as we did, just center the pivot to the object and copy that on the front. So we have 2 polygons, which is called front. Alright, we don't need you right now, so hide it, and then select the border you have here, or actually go to the back view and go to View, Alt and Hix, and just lower that right here so it matches our reference. Now for the border. Now shift and drag to make the border that we need to make. Unhide all to see if we're going to fit it right in the right direction, and then do it again and just scale it one more time. We won't worry about having to fit perfectly our phone, so you have to move that, slide that is a little bit here, and that border should be a little bit bigger, so you should slide that right here, and that one too. There you go. Now we have our back side of the phone right now, so we select that polygon here and just scale that one too. Alright, now inset it by a gray amount, let's say 30 is fine. Alright, 20. Select that edge here, that loop actually, and chamfer it. And chamfer it with a lot of not that much of a detail, but 8 is fine. 8 is fine for now, and that one too, so we can have a nice flowing smoothness that is. So smooth it with an auto smooth, and there you go, you have your back side of the phone.